Good evening, ladies, and welcome to Thursday Facebook Live. You've got a very frazzled Stephanie today, so I'll apologise, more frazzled than normal. I'm squeezing an extra workout 3 times a week into my week, so I'm in a period of readjustment. Probably need to book less in, otherwise I'm just flying by the seat of my pants from about 5:30 in the morning up until about 8 or 9. So yeah, give me a couple of weeks and I'll readjust and it'll be okay. So good evening, ladies. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Stephanie. I am your coach, your curator for this amazing community, Women Who Don't Drink. This is an online community for any woman that wants to change her relationship with alcohol. Whether that be reduce, take a break or stop, we celebrate any alcohol-free day here. Obviously, we would love it if you took a break, and we would love it if you enjoyed that, and we would love it if you readjusted your life and the alcohol wasn't a thing for you. And that if you did drink, you just drank occasionally, because we know that life is so much better if alcohol just isn't a thing for you. Good evening, Regina. Lovely to see you. Okay, so new ladies joining every week. Please watch the welcome video pinned to the top of the page. It will explain where everything is. If you are still drinking or you are newly alcohol free, then please watch the videos in the file section. There are blogs on the website and also an ebook to download, so loads of great information in there. And there's an online coaching program as well if you need a bit more support. Ask if you need anything. There's myself, the amazing volunteer experts, and lots of lovely ladies that have been in this group for a long time. So there's so much experience in here. So please ask away. Now, I try and do a Facebook Live at least once a week. And feel free to ask me questions. So this week, Jen asked a question, and the question was the feeling you get when it feels like people are avoiding you because you no longer drink, and that they stop inviting you out because you're no fun anymore. I'm so pleased you asked this question. There's so much I can say about this. I'm not going to go on too long though. Okay, so let's start with the first bit. People may or may not be avoiding you. So it may be as simple as you've made a change and you've decided to not socialise in a certain way. So then people think they're doing you a favour by not asking you. Or it could be that, you know, if you've gone from partying and being very visible, then all of a sudden you aren't. You know, it's that out of sight, out of mind type of thing. So there could be lots of reasons why people aren't inviting you out. It might not be for the reasons you think it is, okay? So don't try not to make that mean anything. What I want you to do is focus on you. So this is your life, your choice, your body. So you are choosing to reduce or take a break or stop drinking for whatever reason, you know, your choices. Now, what I want you to think about is, how do you want to socialise? So if you want to continue socialising with your old friends and they're not including you in sort of, you know, boozy night outs because they think maybe you're not interested or you're not drinking, there could be many reasons why they're not inviting you. There's a number of things you can do. You can have a conversation with them and tell them how you feel and just say, look, you know, if you want to go out with them, so there's different things here. Now, some people are going to want to continue and they're okay socialising in alcohol environments. Some people won't want to. It's very different. It's a very individual thing. So if you do want to be included, then just have that conversation, you know, with 1 or 2 of them and just say, hey, look, I know I've changed my drinking. I know I'm not drinking and that's my choice, but that doesn't mean I don't want to come out with you. I'd still love to come out with you. So please, can you include me? If I don't like it, I'll leave, or if I, you know, that's entirely up to me. Please keep including me on your nights out. I miss you guys, you know, so you can, you know, you can take the bull by the horns. The other thing you can do is, if you want to socialise with your old friendship group but you don't want to do it in boozy environments, again, take the bull by the horns, take charge. So don't be passive in this, okay? Because this can happen, and this did happen to me, and I'm going to explain what happened to me so you can see. Don't be passive in this, okay? So what happens sometimes is you reduce or take a break or stop drinking, your social circle changes for whatever reason. Who knows? Maybe you just stop going out so much. Maybe you actually announced you didn't want to drink and people thought they were helping you out. There could be 1,000,001 reasons. Or maybe it was just like a party friendship group and they're not real friends. You know, I know that I was very visible on the party scene, so I knew a lot of people, but when I changed my lifestyle, I knew they weren't proper friends. I knew they were just party friends, but it's in, you know, my circle was really big and then it went really, really small. But I knew that was going to happen and I was prepared for that. I knew it was, you know, party friends and real friends. I knew that, you know, you just have a handful of real friends. So it's thinking about, you're making this choice about drinking, and it's thinking about how you want to socialise. So if your socialising changes, you don't have to be passive about that, okay? And if you want to stay in touch with your old friendship group, and I did, I love them dearly, still do, then it's, you know, there's a number of things you can do. That's what I mean about not being passive. Don't just sort of like just go with it and not do anything and not say anything. So you could just have a chat with them, like I said, or you could ask to be included and still socialise with them if that's okay for you. That's not okay for everyone, so that's a very personal decision. Or you can suggest that you socialise in different ways. So when I first made my big change, I announced it to people that I didn't want to drink and I didn't want to take drugs anymore and I really wanted to sort myself out. And I don't think very many people took me seriously at all for quite a long time, which is okay. You have to show people by action. But my social circle definitely, 100% definitely changed. My socialising, my social calendar, it definitely changed. But I wanted it to, so I was okay with that. Now, if I wanted to see my friends, then I would call them up. Now, I was fully aware that they were all doing things and, you know, and that still happens. So they go to different events and they just, I suppose in their heads, they just think, oh, you know, Steph probably doesn't want to do that. And actually, maybe I don't. And, you know, it really doesn't bother me at all because I'm secure in myself, I'm secure in my friendships, I know my friends love me, and if I want to do something, I'll ask. I'll say, what are you doing this weekend? And if they say, we're going to such and such party, and if I want to go, I can say, well, can I come with you? And they'll say, well, yeah, of course. So I'm 12 years in now, ladies, so, you know, there's a lot of practice, a lot of stuff that I've worked through with this. But the other thing I did as well was you know, if I wanted to see somebody, I called them up and I said, look, let's go for coffee, or do you fancy going to yoga, or let's do a spa day. And so I would be assertive in that. That's what I mean about not being passive. So if you want to see certain people, ask them, you know, and you offer the way that you would like to socialise, okay? So I think there's something about, not always, I hate sort of saying these things because it isn't always like this, but this is specifically to the question that you've asked, Jen, that's why I'm saying it. So when you reduce, take a break or stop drinking, your social life will change. So it's an adjustment for everyone. It's an adjustment for you, it's an adjustment for your partner, your family, your friends. So there's a period of adjustment, and sometimes that takes quite a long time. It took a long time in my social circle, a long time. So let me explain for those of you that don't know. So 12 years ago was when I sort of first made my big change. I announced it to my friendship group. Most of my friends, pretty much 99% of my friends, were from that party background. Love them dearly, been friends with them a long time. But yes, my social circles shrank significantly. Now, I was okay with that. I wanted that to happen because I wanted to look after myself and I wanted to make good choices. So I was quite vocal about, you know, not wanting to be in certain environments. So that was my choice. So that, yes, people did stop inviting me. Now, what I did was I didn't make that mean anything. Now, that doesn't mean I didn't have that little pang of like, oh, they're all going out and I'm not going. If I had those moments, and I would just remind myself that actually it was my choice and I didn't want to, and I could go if I did want to. So I suppose that's the sort of thing to remember, and that's the bit about going back to about not being passive in that and making an active choice about how and who you want to socialise with. You don't have to sit at home waiting for people to invite you. You know, I actively encourage you to be in charge of how you socialise, okay? So I actively made a decision not to be in those environments unless I absolutely had to. So it was someone's birthday, or you know, a wedding or a christening or a few stuff that you have to go to. So, and I socialised in a very, very different way. I made sure I still got out and about, but I got out and about and did different things, and I met different people in different environments. And it took me a very, very long time to meet different people, but I did, and I was uncomfortable and socially awkward. And yes, if I did go out with my old friendship group, I'm sure they thought I was very boring. I'm sure they still think I'm very boring, but I don't care, because it's my life, my choice, and I feel better. So I think let's just strip it back and come back to that, okay? It's not, don't make it mean anything. Don't be passive. If you want to socialise and make an active choice about how you want to socialise. Ask people, you know, if you want to socialise with your old friendship group in the way that you used to socialise, ask to be included. But if you don't, then you don't, and move on, you know, so, and find other friends. I know this is, I'm saying this and I'm making it sound really easy, and I know it's not easy, and in the first year, you know, it's not dwelling on these things, and it's being really clear about it being your life, your body, your choice. And you know, you can't force people to socialise with you. So I do encourage you to try, but also if you don't get any response from that, it's moving on and being in charge of how you want to socialise, okay? That's the really important bit. So when I do my online coaching program, we talk about this quite a bit. So we talk about how to socialise in alcohol environments and how to make that okay for you, if that is okay. But also the importance of socialising where alcohol isn't a thing. So, you know, you can't just stop drinking and not do anything. You can't. You will have heard me say this a million times. And connection is a really important part of life. So you need to get out and about and to be with people, even on a really simple level. You know, if you aren't doing anything, it's about going to the corner shop or going to a gym class, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be anything major. You know, you can join a knitting group once a week or a book club, anything. And then what you do is you just keep going, okay? And that way you will meet other people. So I hope that helps you, Jen, and answers some of your questions. Please come back to me if it doesn't. We can have a little conversation in the comments box. And if anybody else has got any other questions or they want any other expert speakers to come in, please let me know. Okay, take care, ladies. See you soon. Bye.